you're gonna need to peel and quarter 3 sweet potatoes. I've put these in water so that they don't brown, you know? I wanna make sure that they stay nice, bright, and orange. Put my pot on the stove here and get it at a medium heat. Generous little nub of butter. Let that go. You're gonna need 3 leeks. Slice these down the middle. I'm gonna reserve just this midsection here for my garnish later. Put this over here. Chop this up. Now, you don't want to hear a sizzle when you put this in. You don't want to brown these. You just want to make sure that they become nice and soft. Stir it up. Just going to add a little bit of salt. Want to make sure that they're nice and softened, thoroughly cooked, but with no caramelization. So at this point, you're going to need 6 cups of chicken stock. Sweet potatoes. Make sure I drain off all that excess liquid. Pop that in there. When I do make a soup, I like to use fresh ingredients from scratch. I brought this up to a boil. I'm gonna bring it down to medium heat and let it simmer for about 20 minutes. I want these just past fork tender. I'm gonna puree it all up, and I want it nice and smooth. These are ready to go. I'm gonna use an immersion blender, but if you don't have one at home, just go ahead and use a regular blender and maybe do it in a couple batches. Now you can see how the color stayed nice, bright, and orange. I just need to add one last thing into this. A little bit of fresh ginger. I don't want to cook it. I really want the freshness of this. I'm gonna grate in about 1 tablespoon, but really trust yourself on this one to taste, you know. How much you want to put in there is really your decision. Mix in all this nice ginger. Just check our consistency. On the back of the ladle. Beautiful. You really want it to coat the top of that ladle just like this. A little bit of salt, pepper. This is it. Super simple and great tasting. I'm gonna garnish my sweet potato soup with some matchstick fries. Yes, you heard me. Potato on potato, but trust me, it's gonna work here. First, 2 russet potatoes. For my matchsticks, I'm also gonna use my trusty mandolin. Now, if you don't have one, with a little bit of elbow grease, a sharp knife, and a lot of patience, you'll be able to make these matchstick fries no problem. You just don't want them too big so that they're fries and too small so that they burn. Slide my potato down the mandolin just like this. I like to use russet potatoes. They have a medium starch to them, and they'll become nice and crispy once they're deep fried. There we go. I'm gonna go ahead and put these in the fryer. You wanna leave these in there for about 3-4 minutes. If you don't have a fryer at home, here's a deep pan with 2 inches of oil at 375 degrees. So I'm gonna just let these go a little bit. Start prepping my leeks. Julienne this into matchstick sizes. These leeks were part of my sweet potato soup. I like to sometimes bring back one of the items kind of as a garnish. I think it's fun to kind of bring that back in there. I'm gonna put these in a bowl. Check up on my matchstick fries. You can tell that they're starting to get golden brown. I'm gonna give them a little toss here, a little bit of help. These have about 30 seconds to go. While that's in here, I'm gonna cheat a bit on my leeks. These leeks fry up really nice and fast, and I don't want them to burn. I'm gonna add a little bit of potato starch just to coat them. And this is gonna kind of cheat the fryer into thinking that these are also kind of matchstick potatoes, so they can cook nice and uniform, and we can have a nice crispy garnish for our soup. Fries are ready. Put them in the bowl. Now it's important to hit them with salt and pepper right when they come out. Salt and pepper is gonna melt right into these potatoes. It's gonna be amazing. Now, my leeks. You wanna really keep an eye on these because these are gonna go really quickly. Nice and crispy. Drain that excess oil. Add these right on top of my potatoes. Mix these all in together. And there you go. Matchstick potato frizzle leek garnish for my sweet potato soup. I'm just gonna put my matchstick fries right on top there. It's gonna be a nice garnish, add a little bit of crispiness.